I'm eating candy, but I have a good reason. It's just to warm up my voice. See, I make good excuses. Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. Welcome, welcome. We had a Sagittarius reading for Sagittarius live session last night. It was really, really awesome. I had such a great time. We had Observer 88 Tyrell who was there. Sorry if I shout out your name. You're like, no, I want to be anonymous. It's time to come out the shadows. And we also had Hazel's house, and that's Hazel's with an apostrophe S. She is an amazing, talented reader who I think is so kind of missed on YouTube in the animal that is YouTube, who joined me last night for the readings. And I really loved the atmosphere because we had such a good energy and we had such an interesting group who was there. It was totally amazing. So you guys, thank you for your support. Thank you for joining me. We're going to bring it all the way back around again today. We're going to do some more readings for Sagittarius since we did have the Sagittarius full moon at 25 degrees Sagittarius today on June 17th, 2019. So this is still for Sagittarius. This is for the month of July. We're going to focus a little bit on the love life because I think Sagittarius has really somewhat neglected their love life. No judgment here. I'm in the same category. Somehow I did want to talk about other subjects and topics that we missed last night in the reading, but maybe we'll follow it up with another Sagittarius reading just for Sagittarius. That will be live sometime in the next week. We shall see. So this is for Sagittarius for the month of July 2019 for their love life. Let's look at single Sagittarius. Let's look at couple Sagittarius. And we will look at just the overall energy for Sagittarius. So for single Sagittarius, we're starting off with major arcana, the Magician. Voila. Not sure what that is about. So two energies are here. I'm getting easy come, easy go. I'm not sure what that's about. But I do want to say, wait a minute. Because a lot of people are under the impression that Sagittarius are some kind of a rolling stone. If you know a real Sagittarius, you know that this is not the case. Sagittarius can be totally committed and loyal to their partner, again, to a fault. They can get themselves in situations that they should end rather quickly, but they stay there. They can be so dedicated, really. And if things fall apart, I have seen situations where Sagittarius will hold on to a relationship or even a memory of a relationship way past the expiration date. They keep the energy so tight and close to them far too long. And they should have moved on, maybe start to try to date. They put it off, they put it off, they put it off. So with this major arcana, the Magician, for single Sagittarians, it looks to be a little bit like possibly being in that situation where they start to create new relationships, they start to create new bonds with new people, and they look up one day and they think, why did I not do this sooner? What was the holdup? What exactly was I holding on to? With this baton that he has here. What was I holding on to for so long? How much time in my own life, in my own love life, in my own love aspirations did I lose trying to hold on to this? And it doesn't mean trying to chase and hold on to a person. It can also be a concept of what they had, building it up to be even a bit more than what it actually was, and not quite understanding why they even did it. Like they could have known that this person was not the right person for them, but somehow they still kept the memory of the person or of the relationship or of the circumstance alive. But now, with this major arcana, the Magician, they want to change this, and the energy is abound and around them to change this scenario for themselves. We're going to keep going. We're going to do this in rounds, guys, so hang with me. So for Sagittarius who are a couple, I'd like you guys to see what I'm pulling. This is here again. This has been here a lot for Sagittarius today because I was already exploring the cards earlier in other recordings. So let's see what else is going on for Sagittarius. What do we have? We have the Four of Swords. This also came earlier. So we have the Four of Swords. I think this came twice last night during the live readings as well. So we have the Four of Swords. I do want to show that. This is for a single. This was for the single Sagittarius. This is for the Sagittarius who are in committed relationships. If that Four of Swords, I see someone who has to process what they're being told. Now, this could be a couple who are processing what the story that they are given, the validity of a story that they are given, that is making a determination in their life for something that they want to do. So, for example, to put the energy into a scenario, you're in the process of trying to buy a house. You're being told certain things, and somehow you have to go back and process and see how much of what you're being told is true as a couple. Or it could be a Sagittarius male or female who has to process what they're being told by their partner. It seems to be a lot of rumination associated with this Four of Swords, trying to make a determination if what the person has told them or explained to them is the whole truth. Something like that tied up in that Four of Swords. What do we have as the overall love energy for Sagittarius? What are we dealing with? Let's see where we are. We're coming out with the overall energy. We have the Page of Pentacles. Let me show you that. We have the Page of Pentacles for the overall energy for Sagittarius for love. And I mean real love. I mean real passion that may have escaped you, or you possibly have not been interested in because you're preoccupied with other aspects of your development or other aspects of your life or other fires that you're still putting out, still sifting through the ashes, trying to see what you can work with after Saturn, trying to see how much Jupiter is really bringing all this luck that everyone spoke about. So with this Ace of Pentacles, it seems that the energy is rather supportive of Sagittarius making a new start, of Sagittarius trying to build back up their talents. I feel Sagittarius, in terms of love, it doesn't seem to me that they're really interested in a particular person, more just interested in starting to think about what love means to them and if they really want to be in a relationship with anyone right now. They're at least considering it. So let's do another round again to keep reading for the Sagittarius love life, and then we will move on to career and money in the next part of the video. So this is for Sagittarius love life who are single, and let's look at the exes as well. So we have the King of Cups. Let me show you this, and then I'll try to move the cards out. We have the King of Cups. This autofocus is a bit of malarkey. I can't believe I just said malarkey. We have the King of Cups. And again, for X's, I like you guys to see when I pull. See that Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, but we said X's, so we have the Ten of Wands. So a lot of single Sagittarians can be in a situation where they have someone come back from their past to explain themselves for something that is long dead and something that is long over and something that is long gone. Sagittarius is kind of over it. They're not even thinking about the situation anymore. They're not really interested in explanations that should have come months or years beforehand. But it seems that the person wants to offer some input or feedback on the relationship that they had, or the person could just be in a situation where they are missing the Sagittarius and they just want to talk to them again. They want to share their life with them again in a way. Because it could be that the Sagittarius with that major arcana, the Magician, has really kind of gone on with their life. And they haven't really been engaging the person much or often or at all. And now with this King of Cups, there's a new interest in the Sagittarius. It could be because they are curious about what you are into because they haven't heard from you. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is a love relationship either, guys. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, who knows? But someone kind of misses the Sagittarian energy, and they want to be involved with you in some capacity. They could want your advice, they could want your input, they could want your knowledge. Something about you they want to approach and engage, but they want to take something away. They want to take something away from you. Now, again, that could just be that you brighten up their spirit, that you brighten up their energy, that you give them that pep talk or motivational energy. I don't know what it is. You can't see that 10 of Wands here. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're waiting in the wings. It's for single Sagittarians. Let's pull one more on the X for single Sagittarius. We have major arcana, the Fool. They could be wondering, what if? Should have said that before. Like, is there any chance, really? Is there any chance in hell I can get my Sagittarian back? Or are they lost to me? Do I have any way to get myself back into their world? Do I have any way to re-engage them on any level, especially if it was a bad breakup? Especially depending on who broke up with whom. Because something about this is someone who took a rash decision. Could be that the single Sagittarian was pushed into breaking off the relationship because they did not like how the person was treating them. Perhaps the person had an ulterior motive in the first place to make it where the Sagittarian took the decision to break things off, but it was what they wanted, again, in the first place. And then the Sagittarian doubts themselves and they think, I should have been nicer with this King of Cups. I should have told them how I really felt instead of just kicking the relationship out because I didn't really mean it. And now I've had to deal with the burden of breaking things off. Maybe I was wrong. I still love them. I still miss them. Is this kind of thing going on there with the 10 of Wands? But in essence, perhaps the Sagittarius has figured out that their intentions were in the right place, and perhaps the other person just was not being forthright in terms of how they really felt or what they really wanted. So now they can free themselves in a way from this speculation, this rumination that we see also in this Four of Swords, and know in a way that they are clear that the person perhaps was not authentic or sincere in their intentions or how they felt about or with them as a Sagittarius or as a partner. When we have the major arcana, the Magician, with the King of Cups, here, and then with the Ten of Wands here, and then with Major Arcana, the Fool, it could be that the Sagittarius energy lends itself well to, especially as a single Sagittarian, to just staying single because they're just not up right now for the battles or the turbulence associated with trying to re-enter a new relationship and maintain a new relationship after this initial hormonal kind of honeymoon period that you see at the beginning of a relationship. Overall, it looks like single Sagittarians for the month of July 2019 will be perhaps pursued by people that they're not really interested in, people asking them out, not necessarily on dates, but just asking to meet with them, to be with them, to hang out with them. So they will have offers, they will have some type of invitations that put them in the company of people who do seem to be rather sincere about their intentions. But the Sagittarius is kind of on their own path, going their own way, doing their own thing with Major Arcana, the Fool. So let's move on to the Sagittarians who are in a couple situation where we see here with this Four of Swords here. They're in a couple situation. They could be having some challenges about information that is being fed to them as a couple or fed to them as a Sagittarian. So let's see where we are with this. This is going to be interesting. I'd like you guys to see what I pull out. Let's start with this. We have the Queen of Swords now on top of the Four of Swords. So this looks rather like someone who wants to know the truth about a situation, the truth about what they're being told, especially if they had some turbulence in their relationship from outsiders. It looks more like a situation where the Sagittarian male or female can be feeling like no one's word should be more than mine. No one's word should have more weight than my word. No one's opinion should have more value than my views, my opinion. And if the Sagittarian has an impression that their partner is putting a higher value or a higher weight on an outsider's perspective, they're going to have a problem with that. Or it could be the other way around, that the Sagittarian's partner or love interest is having a feeling of being undervalued, not feeling important enough to the Sagittarius. We just have this come out, so we're going to go ahead and take that, but I do want to pull one for myself. We have the Eight of Swords now for the Sagittarius who are coupled. We have that Eight of Swords here now, and yes, this is someone who feels like their point of view or their perspective or their opinion is not being valid or validated or honored even. There could be some argumentation around this or some pressure for the Sagittarius who is in a couple situation or scenario around these type of issues. Could be too much independence there as well in terms of thinking for whatever reason. So there can be a pressure to agree with the partner, not really even being able to say we can agree to disagree. This energy is not lending itself well to being able to say we can agree to disagree. No, we can't. We have to do this my way. We have to go in this direction. Things have to be done this way. Now, again, this could be as a couple, a scenario that is coming into your life that looks like this, that is putting you as a group together or as an energy together under this type of pressure, having to make a decision about your living arrangements or even job situations. One person's job taking precedence over another person's job. It could be this type of a power issue in the relationship. We're going to pull one more for couple Sagittarius for the month of July 2019. We have the Ace of Wands now. So something new will be introduced to this. I don't know why I'm getting money off of that Ace of Wands. Somebody could solve the situation before you, for you. Someone could solve the situation for the couple, where it's taken out of their hands. Someone else has to make the decision. I'm not sure what that will mean. It's also something here about, as a Sagittarian, not putting up too much of a fight around this right now, kind of laying low, especially if the situation will be ultimately taken out of your hands and someone else will make the decision, but then you've already reacted and you've already said things that were quite curt or tough, or can be construed as rude or indignant. And then this is already kind of, be careful what you say, because then it's already out there and you've already expressed yourself and your opinion and your views in that way, which with the Eight of Swords might end up kind of having you noted or remembered as being not very, delicate with your views or ideas. I don't know, that's what's coming out of that Eight of Swords. So the overall energy for Sagittarius, for their love life, for issues around love and relationships for the month of July 2019, the overall energy for Sagittarius, we're going to pull here. We have the Nine of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know. What does that look like to you? What does that look like to you for the overall energy around love? It looks more like, to me, someone who can make a decision to either focus on things that bring value to them other than love, other than relationships, or could be a person who really dives into that energy. They're really open to the energy. And they're having a good time with it, with no expectations with that Nine of Cups. There's zero expectations there with the Nine of Cups. There's no expectations. It's like, que será, que será, será. What's going to happen is going to happen. And I'm going to try to sit back and see what's coming to me. Overall, I feel good about my alternatives right now. Let's see what else we have. We have Major Arcana, the Lovers now. Again, this is open to the possibilities, open to what might be coming in, open to offers, not really taking up any offer, just almost kind of laying low in a way. I'm getting a laying low type of energy for the overall. Waiting for something good to happen. Following their instincts as well. The final one for overall energy, and then we're going to put one of the good tarot on top of each row to see what we're working with. So final overall energy, we have the Seven of Swords. I think this one wanted to come earlier. And this is kind of a disregard for the system, a type of disregard for the process with that Seven of Swords. There's a, like we say, comme ci, comme ça, que sera, sera, whatever. I get like, I'm not getting involved with this. I don't need to get involved with this. Yeah, you can want me. You can want me. I don't care if you want me. I don't need you. I'm not looking for that. They have this type of internal power around love, where others around them might feel quite weak around the Sagittarius, or they feel weak to the charms of the Sagittarius. And the Sagittarius doesn't care. They're relishing in the energy and saying, okay, yeah, you want me, so what? You can want me. That doesn't mean I need to want you. That doesn't mean I want you. And they're upfront about it. They're upfront about it. It's like, no, not for me. No, I'll pass. I'm throwing that one back too. Yeah, okay. Universe, you have something else for me? God, you have something else for me? Yeah, I'll throw that back too. whatever. This is not part of me right now. That's the overall energy for Sagittarius. Let's pull one of these for each. We have the Nine of Cups again for Sagittarius who are single. Nine of Cups again. This is a type of validation here. This feels like, I hate to say it, but I really want to say it too. This looks, and it seems like someone who comes back to them and wants to re-engage them. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person's going to come back and say, I love you, I want to be with you. It's not like that, but they just have some kind of a snippet of information or interaction that the person is a bit lost without them in a way, or miserable, or they finally have a confirmation that the person misses them and they miss their value. And this, for the Sagittarius, feels like everything for a moment. It feels like, yeah, you gave up something good. Yeah, I know I was good. Even to be, oh, you were a great partner. Or you were so talented with this, or I really liked your cooking. Or you've taken very good care of our kids. I don't know, but it's some type of a recognition there for the single Sagittarians. What else do we have? We have the Five of Coins for the Sagittarius who are in couple situation. This feels again like a trust issue. There's some kind of a trust issue, which there's a breach of trust, let's say, for the couple Sagittarians of some kind, where it makes them feel a little bit low or a little bit makes them do a double take in their partner. Goes back to the issues that we discussed before. And finally, for the overall energy for Sagittarius, for their love life, for their intimate life, for Sagittarius for the month of July 2019, we have the Ace of Wands. Again, it's the second time it came up again, but we have the Ace of Wands again. So Sagittarius, try to look for that energy where you might be, you know, no man is an island, no woman is an island. Nobody can do everything on their own or alone. We all, in a way, need somebody, or we need a purpose. So it can't be just like, you know what, I'm out of here. Forget you, I'm done. I'll do it on my own. I don't need you. Watch out for this type of behavior where you really feel like, you know what, I've been through worse, so I can go through this. This is back to this Seven of Swords here. I've been through worse, so I can handle this. You don't scare me. You don't scare me. Who do you think you are? Is that kind of energy written over this reading in all areas, including being single, dealing with an ex. With this one, I'm getting nanny, nanny, boo, boo. What's that about? With the ex, it's something like, yeah, 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 yeah. But overall, looks really good for Sagittarius for their love life for the month of July 2019. You guys, I'm going to turn this back around, and I am going to do another reading that is going to deal with money, with jobs, with getting, you know, money right, with getting some possibilities around your career and things that you need in terms of this kind of energy. So I hope you did like that reading. If you did, do not forget to hit the smash that subscribe button, as my son puts it. He says, smash that sub or smash that like button. And share if you think somebody can use any information in the video. And thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.